We go with the flow.
We dress for special occasions.
Our work is cutting edge.
Discover DNR.
We're good with animals.
Our nightlife is interesting.
We take the high road.
Discover DNR.
Burning issues are our specialty.
We're wired in.
Education comes naturally to us.
We hear the latest buzz.
Discover DNR.
Our activities can be quite shocking.
We're good at countermeasures.
We dive into our work.
We get the latest scoop.
Discover DNR.
We run underground operations.
Our jobs can be a little fishy.
We're always looking to branch out.
We've got lots of career paths.
Discover DNR.
Minnesota is a one-of-a-kind state. It's the meeting ground for 3 different landscapes: prairie grasslands, evergreen and aspen forests, and hardwood forests. And it has almost every kind of water body. The Great Lake Superior, 15,000 other lakes, 92,000 miles of rivers and streams, and ponds and wetlands across the state.
This unique habitat has made our state the home of hundreds of wildlife species, from moose to jackrabbits to wild turkey. Minnesota has one of the most diverse fish populations in the country. We're also home to endangered and protected species like bald eagle, gray wolf, trumpeter swan, and Higgins eye mussel.
Minnesota's residents count on the landscapes, waters, and wildlife for their work, their recreation, and their quality of life. So they created the Department of Natural Resources, the DNR, to conserve and manage these natural resources and to guide people in using them wisely.
To carry out these responsibilities, the DNR needs people with all kinds of skills and backgrounds, and not all of them work full-time. We hire student workers and interns. There are also positions that are part-time, temporary, and seasonal, usually in the summer. We employ people in many entry-level positions, such as watercraft inspectors, fieldwork assistants, office staff, and natural resource specialists in fisheries, forestry, parks, wildlife, trails, and waterways. For most of our staff, these positions lead to greater career options in natural resources.
The best thing about my job is I get to be outside, I get to teach people, I get to learn new things about natural resource. Throughout my college years, I have been having a couple of internships with the Minnesota Department of Natural Resource, and one of them with forestry, fisheries, and the last one I had with State Park, and that's how I got this position. My office is about 3,000 acres, so it's a great place to work.
In our jobs, we use a lot of different tools and equipment: canoes, office computers, drill rigs, helicopters, saws, ATVs, fish nets, paintbrushes, firearms, fire swatters, and fire extinguishers, to name a few.
My family and I spent a lot of time in the outdoors, and so it seemed to be a natural part of my life. And as I moved to a larger city to go to college, I realized that I still wanted to be in the outdoors. And as I started to see changes that were taking place in Minnesota, I realized that I wanted to have a hand in how the natural resources in our state got used. To work as a park ranger in the DNR, I went through several trainings in first aid and medical training. I have a lot of different trainings on using different types of equipment and driving different types of vehicles.
We work in places across the state: the Capitol, offices, forests, wetlands, caves, riverbanks, prairies, laboratories, boats, mailrooms, airplanes, mines, frozen lakes, interpretive centers, and many more. In our daily jobs, we often work with citizens from all walks of life.
In my free time, I found myself doing a lot of backpacking and mountain biking, fishing, and it hadn't really occurred to me at that point that you could make your pastime into your career. I started out at the DNR with a student worker position through the Division of Parks and Recreation. That led to a senior planner position where I got to lead the planning processes for two of the newest state recreation areas. From there, I took a position in environmental review, doing environmental review work on all-terrain vehicle trails. And finally, most currently, I am the DNR technical representative to the Environmental Quality Board. If you're considering working for the DNR, I think you've made a great choice. You will be working with some very intelligent, hardworking, dedicated folks.
We wear a variety of clothing: firefighting gear, business suits, diving suits, flight suits, survival suits, helmets, uniforms, field clothes, office clothes, and safety gear.
I grew up on a farm and had lots of experience with the outdoors. In high school, my biology courses were always my favorite. From high school, I continued on to college with the same enthusiasm with biology and wildlife and learning more, and make sure that you volunteer if you don't know this stuff. Experience really helps you to learn quicker and learn more. So volunteering is a great opportunity to get some of this stuff for free. My job involves working with prescribed fire, which we use to maintain prairie and oak savanna habitat for nesting birds as well as other various wildlife. And planting, I've never planted a prairie prior to this job, and being able to put something in the ground and to see it grow and know that in 3 to 5 years it's going to be an awesome area for people to view and wildlife to use. It's just a great feeling.
We have staff working in many professions, and some of them are nationally recognized leaders in their fields.
The DNR employs naturalists, support staff, conservation officers, planners, biologists, accountants, computer technicians, geologists, map makers, policy makers, educators, human resource specialists, engineers, managers, research scientists, maintenance workers, foresters, and dozens of others.
These staff members work in a wide variety of program areas, often using cutting-edge approaches and ideas. Just a few examples are fish and wildlife research, forest landscape planning, interpreting historic and cultural sites at state parks, improving fishing and hunting, enforcing natural resource laws, and studying and protecting Minnesota's ecology.
Even though our jobs are different, we care about doing our part to conserve and manage our state's natural resources.
The work we're doing today will greatly affect the future quality of life for millions of Minnesotans and the world.
We're helping create the next generation of natural resources, tomorrow's forests, prairies, lakes, rivers, habitats, and fish and wildlife populations.
Are you ready to help?
If you are, learn about the training and skills you need at www.dnr.state.mn.us and get ready to discover DNR.